What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Guys, Brittany Renner is quite the controversial socialite. And I don't know really what she does. I think she's somewhat of a model, somewhat of an influencer. I guess in the same vein as kind of a disorganized Kim Kardashian, if you will, something like that on a much lower level. But, you know, she had a child by PJ Washington. 2021, she gave birth to a son, and shortly thereafter, they split. PJ Washington now has another Instagram model pregnant, which that's not that bright, but that's another story. And recently, she stopped by Ace Metaphor's Tonight's Conversation Uncut podcast to talk about how much child support she's really receiving. Now, obviously, we've heard some amounts that have leveraged an amount of, $200,000 a month and things like that. But what I'd like to do is play the clip, and we will find out exactly how much money she gets a month in child support, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
A lot of people think I'm getting X amount in child support and I don't have to work and I have to do all this stuff, but it's like I very much provide for my child. And I'm here right now. My mom is watching my son, and I'm here like doing the damn thing. I'm doing my best. Yeah. Same, sis. A lot of people judge that, but it's like when you have to, you can't rely on your child's father to provide for you, so you have to make a way. Yeah. So it's like I've never been about money. It's never been about that, but it's like, especially me not getting $200,000, which people always say that, which is like I'd have all my homegirls get pregnant by him if that was the case.
What was on the tap.
That was what I don't know, for whatever reason. That
I don't know why that number, but it was that number.
But it's like I provide for my child. Yeah, I get $2,500 a month.
So, guys, you've heard what we had heard there, what she had to say. Let me kind of just address certain things here. Brittany Renner is a mixed woman, but most certainly identifies as an African-American woman, right? She went to Jackson State. But there are some things that are very similar to what we hear all the time with black women, which is, I'm the one supporting my child. I don't really need any help. I'm only getting $2,500 a month from my kid. And okay, this is in a way to say, like, I'm not a gold digger. I don't need your help. And I guess that's great if you look at it from those points of view. But now, see, here's the issue. Why is it that you feel that you need to do everything alone? Okay. Why do black women, or people in the black community, take pride in the suffering of doing things without a man? Let me tell you something. In 2020, I had the privilege of staying in Kampala, Uganda for the whole year. And imagine that time throughout the world. We were under COVID. About a month after I got there, 2 months, it was shutting down the whole entire world. Now, how could people have survived by themselves? Just think about that. I don't have anybody. I'm glad I don't have anybody. I'm suffering. And you look around the people that do very well here in Africa, around the continent. We were in Nigeria last week, the Lebanese, the Indians that run almost all parts of the economy in Uganda. Not all, but many important sectors. Nobody says, you know what? I'm a single mom. I'm glad that this is happening. Even look at Africans in the United States. The top performing group out of everybody is Nigerian Americans. No Nigerian woman ever comes out and says, you know what? I'm glad I'm doing all this by myself. I take pride in that. I don't need the father's help, like as if it's a badge of honor. And then when you look at these kids and they don't perform, then you're going to blame the men. That's what happens. When young black boys don't develop and they don't become anything, the women that raised them wash their hands like, I did the best I could. And when that young man can't be a provider, he can't take care of his family, he's lazy, he don't have this or that, he don't have the killer instinct to be able to provide, then y'all blame him. But none of y'all look at some of the ladies that provide the environment for him not to have his daddy there? Why didn't you think it was important for you to try to stay with his father? I'm gonna tell you why. Because you don't think it's that important. I just want the baby. I can raise the baby better than the guy can, which clearly, if you look at the black community right now, you cannot raise a man better than a man because you don't understand the challenges. That's why these young boys today are talking about going 50-50 with women. They're looking for their girlfriend to take care of them, some of them. They don't want to work as much as, you know, men that have fathers. They don't have the killer instinct to go in and take over stuff. Men have to have killer instincts. When you look at the Chinese men and Indian men, when they go to places, they go to new places and establish things for their women. Black men in America don't think like that because they haven't been trained. So how can they have that perspective? Then y'all going to complain and say these black men are weak. They don't want to provide for me. Well, how did they get there? Because y'all felt like y'all could do it all by yourself, right? So now you want to blame them. And taking pride of doing things for, you know, by yourself is stupid. Kids and women need communities. Okay? If you can't get along with the guy, if you think the guy is immature, why have a baby by him at all? You want to be able to do whatever you want to do at the expense of the child. And I really think that a lot of people in the world today, y'all don't care about these kids. You don't. It's all about how you feel. Then when the kid turns out to be not as productive, you don't want to take accountability for the fact that that child is not what he should be. Because see, you don't want to sacrifice. Everything in family is a sacrifice. Men have to be taught to be leaders. Men have to be taught. And I believe he has a young son. But I take care of my son. My mama's there. I'm working. That's a badge of honor. That's what adults do. But you don't want to put your kid in a position to say, I want to be a wife. You don't want to be a wife. Look at Brittany Renner. Too many women want to be mothers and not being wives because you don't want to pick up their skills. And who suffer? Kids suffer behind that shit. Go look at Chicago, Detroit, St. Louis, Missouri, East St. Louis, Illinois, Little Rock, Oakland. What do you see? The remnants of ladies who didn't want to be wives and nobody had. Look, I can do it by myself. Clearly, what do you see? Then you complain about the same woman complain about these black men. They mama's boys. They are weak. But oh, the strong mothers raised them, right? Well, why the boys ain't so strong? If the mama's strong, where are the strong boys? Strong women don't produce strong boys. We have seen that strong women are producing weak boys in our community. And too many ladies prideful of struggling. It makes you more a woman that you're struggling. Is that nice? God didn't create women for them to be struggling. Women need communities. Women need help. But let's take the show on the road and take the struggle fest on the road so other ladies can say, you know what, I'm gonna have a baby too and struggle like my mama did. It doesn't make any sense. So when you don't have anything, you don't have communities, everybody needs help. Kids and women are vulnerable populations. We saw that during COVID. But you see so much pride in the struggle. It's ridiculous. But guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe to the bell. We out.